What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network. Today we're talking the latest episode of WWE Table for Three that aired after Raw this past Monday night, called Little Big Appetite, featuring Ember Moon, Braun Strowman, and Alexa Bliss. So this was filmed a bit differently than any other Table for Three we've seen up to this point. Alexis, while we were watching this, was asking me, do they film, all the Table for Threes from the same restaurant? The answer is obviously no, because, they go to different locations, and they usually film these, over WrestleMania weekend, SummerSlam weekend, blah, blah, blah. I don't know when this was filmed. I probably filmed over WrestleMania weekend? No, it couldn't have been. I mean, maybe afterward, I'm not sure. Because they talk about the Iconics being the tag team champions. So it was obviously after, but well before Alexa Bliss became WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. So it's not like it was filmed this past weekend, This one, though, wasn't filmed at your, typical restaurant. Like all the other ones are. I mean, they're obviously in different restaurants, but they all look the same. This one emanated from an Applebee's. And they made it very clear that it was an Applebee's based off the background. They order food at one point, which they never do on this show. They only really cut to the conversation, but they wasted a lot of time at one point in this episode with Ember, Alexa, and Braun all ordering food. We see the waitress, and you never see the waitress on the show, or the waiter, or whatever. They run off the menu, they list off the menu items. So it's obviously a cheap plug for Applebee's, the same way those few episodes of Ride Along were sponsored by KFC. So this one was clearly sponsored by Applebee's. Personally, I think KFC is disgusting. I'm not a fan of it. I like Applebee's, though. I'm a big Applebee's fan, so this kind of made me want to go to Applebee's, to be honest with you. Anyway, so to kick off the episode, Ember Moon talks about the move to SmackDown Live in the Superstar Shakeup. So again, this was not filmed over Mania weekend because they talk about her moving to the Blue brand. She calls it an all-new atmosphere, and it's different for her because the reason they're doing this episode, because, aside from Braun and Alexa being Mixed Match Challenge partners, I guess Ember and Braun were too, their real, connection, aside from just that, is that they're all friends. They're all really, really close, and I guess they traveled together while they were all in the Raw brand before just recently. So Ember's biggest, thing that she misses from being a part of the Raw roster is now that she drives by herself. She kind of misses being with Alexa and Braun Strowman, and, Ember and Braun were traveling for a while together. Bliss recalls singing Shania Twain in the car with Braun Strowman, which he absolutely fucking hated. He was not a fan. She wanted to sing Disney princess tunes with Braun, which she only did with Ember. But while she didn't do that with Braun, she did sing Shania Twain with him. I'm getting the feeling that Alexa Bliss and Kevin Owens would be fucking best friends. Okay, maybe not be. I should probably take the F word out of there because that doesn't make much sense. They'd probably be best friends if they both discovered that they were fans of Shania Twain. Because I know I think Kevin Owens is a big Shania Twain fan. Didn't he go to a Shania Twain concert a while ago? I think Mick Foley's a Shania Twain fan as well. Anyway, so they order their food at Applebee's. Ember Moon talks about meeting Braun Strowman for the first time. They discuss, she discusses training at the Performance Center and how it was different for her because she felt overqualified because she came into the PC already having a lot of experience. And it was different for Braun because, unlike Ember, he had zero experience. And all these people were telling him, oh, you got to pay your dues. You have no wrestling experience, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, bitch, I fucking did weightlifting. I was a bodybuilder. I may have to pay my dues in wrestling, but it's not like I didn't have to work to get here. And Braun makes a great point. They don't just hire people for the sake of hiring people. They obviously bring people in for a reason because they feel like they're a good fit for the WWE, So that's exactly why they do it. It's not because, he's a bodybuilder, we got to hire him. Probably in some cases, but it's not like Braun was sitting on his ass at home doing nothing before WWE called and said they wanted to hire him. He paid his dues in a different way. Alexa Bliss actually says that she loves the locker room now. She says that it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Braun actually brings up, too, he name drops Bray Wyatt, and it's so weird to think that, I know Braun and Bray are probably friends outside the ring because they spent so much time together from 2015 to 2016 as part of the Wyatt family. But it's just so weird to think about that, Bray Wyatt in his current incarnation as The Fiend is sitting backstage shooting the shit with Braun Strowman. That's just me anyway. But Strowman says that he was talking with Wyatt about how there really is not as much backstabbing now as they're, as much as they're used to be, and that everyone gets along, which is really, really cool to hear. Anyway, Braun Strowman talks about how he has a younger sister, because Alexa Bliss goes, oh, do you have a younger sister? Have you worn her shirt? Blah, blah, blah. Because I guess Braun tried on Alexa's shirt for like a WWE.com video, a YouTube video during Mixed Match Challenge, and he broke it. Not just that, but Ember Moon tried on Alexa Bliss's jacket one time, and it didn't fit. I think it was too small for Alexa, so Ember tried it on, and it fit her at first, and then she hunched over or whatever. She really accentuated her back, and she broke the jacket, and she felt really bad. So anyway, before they get to the next point of conversation, the next topic in their conversation, Strowman eats Ember's burger. She doesn't eat it. She's just eating the appetizer. And then Braun goes, oh, you gonna eat that burger? And she goes, I guess. She's obviously not comfortable giving him the burger, but, she gives it to him anyway. So I have zero sympathy for her. I don't know why the fuck she would just willingly give it up. Braun, get your own fucking food, dude. Anyway, so Ember Moon talks about how she replaced Alexa Bliss in the Mixed Match Challenge for Season 2 because she got hurt. I don't think Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman teamed up once. I think she got hurt before that ever came to fruition. So Ember replaced her right out of the gate. And then she got replaced, or rather, he got replaced, because I think he either got hurt or a storyline injury or whatever. So he got replaced at the end of the season by Kurt Hawkins. And they never ended up going on to win the whole thing, obviously, because Kurt Hawkins at that point was a loser. Anyway, so Ember praises the t-shirt that they had at that point. They thought they had a really cool t-shirt, and I thought it was cool too. I guess they sold it on WWE Shop for 2 weeks and then cut it short for whatever reason, but they enjoyed working together, had a lot of fun. They talked about how they kind of made things innovative with Ember hitting her finisher off of Braun's shoulders, which was really cool, the eclipse. Because he's so tall, it actually had a cool visual when she hit it off his shoulders. And Bliss did the exact same thing when they were teaming, but it was different because when Bliss was teaming with Braun had this really, he had a tank top, but the shoulder, whatever, the shirt with the shoulders, the shoulder part of the shirt, if that makes sense. I don't know what you would call it. I'm an idiot right now because he cut off the sleeves. It was so fucking skinny that she had no grip on his shoulders when she would jump off. So she almost fell. She thought she would fall. Ember Moon slipped when she jumped off of Braun's shoulders to do the eclipse one time. She recovered nicely. It wasn't a big deal at all. Alexa Bliss thought she would slip. She didn't, and it still looked pretty good when she hit her finisher off of Braun that one time a few years ago. Probably early 2018 was when they were doing the show. Braun Strowman says that he thought, aside from the one extra day of travel, which he was clearly not happy about, and why would he be? He's always on the road, along with everyone else. He thought Mixed Match Challenge was awesome. He thought it was great. And he thought that really paved the way for them to integrate it into Raw recently with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch teaming up in the main event of Extreme Rules, a mixed tag team match. I mean, they were doing mixed tag team matches before that, but they've become more commonplace since, Mixed Match Challenge anyway, at least in my opinion. Braun Strowman says that he has lost 40 pounds in the last year, which he lost a lot of weight previously, but even more weight in the last year, I guess, which is really impressive. So congrats to him for that. And he talks about how they get to see each other and they're still on the road and they get to see each other at pay-per-views and stuff like that. Strowman says, which I did not know, that he's been riding with Mojo Rawley and EC3, I guess since the Superstar shakeup. And you see this great picture of them, all of them on scooters or something, riding around town. So just the visual of Braun, EC3, and Rawley just riding around on those scooters. And it's not like your normal scooter. It's like those electronic scooters you see in amusement parks and shit like that, like Disney. So to see three men of their size on these things was just an amazing visual. It was so comical. Anyway, so Ember Moon recalls doing the fire drill prank with Alexa Bliss, where I guess if you're sitting in the driver's seat of a car and whoever's driving with you is in the passenger seat, you run around to the other side of the car by just running around freaking out. I don't know. I've never heard that before. I guess it was a kid thing. Maybe it's just before my time. I don't know. But Ember did it when Alexa Bliss didn't, so they talk about that, and now she's like a master ribber. Obviously, it was I was expecting something a little more harmful. I'm not saying that I was hoping for it, but I thought it would be more, a little, I don't know, a little something crazier than that. It was pretty harmless, but that's whatever. Ember Moon said that she left Alexa Bliss with a ghost in her room one time, which was an amazing story. Alexa Bliss was very jealous, apparently, over Braun Strowman teaming with a kid at WrestleMania 34 to win the Raw Tag Team titles and not her. And then they teased chasing the WWE Women's Tag Team titles and how maybe Braun can enter the Women's Tag Team division. And Ember Moon, in addition to praising the Iconics, they do something very interesting here where she goes, I would love to team with you, Alexa, and chase the Women's Tag Team titles, but she said that she felt it would be disrespectful to the Women's Tag Team division for two singles wrestlers. Since Alexa Bliss is a singles wrestler, Ember Moon is trying to be a singles wrestler. She thought it'd be disrespectful to the women's tag teams for two singles wrestlers to join up and win the tag titles, which is exactly what happened with one of the women in that room, that being Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Now, I know they were a team anyway, or became a team at some point before they won the tag team titles. Still, I wasn't the biggest fan of that. It was really funny to hear Ember say that, and Alexa Bliss has since gone on to become a women's tag team champion with someone that she's not really a tag team partner with. Someone that I thought was really I love Nikki Cross, and I'm glad they're tag team champions, but they're not really a tag team the same way that the Iconics are, and not the same way that Mandy Rose and Sonya are, or even Sasha Banks and Bayley. At least they were really good friends. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross kind of came out of nowhere 2 months ago. But anyway, that closes out the episode, and they made no mention of the fact that the Iconics were some of the worst champions I've ever seen in recent history in WWE, but that's besides the point. Anyway, this was a good episode of Table for Three. Honestly, one of the least memorable ones in recent memory. It was fine. I enjoyed the chemistry they never had with Braun and Alexa, but it wasn't anything, worth writing home about. It was all right, but it wasn't great. Just a lot of... It was 26 minutes, 27 minutes. A lot of dead time. A lot of dead time on this episode between ordering food, making unfunny jokes, some awkward tension at certain points. Just a weird emphasis on Applebee's. I know they were there and sponsoring it and promoting it and whatever, but I just thought that was weird. Again, not the greatest episode of Table for Three, but it was all right for what it was. Little Big Appetite now available on WWE Network. So be sure to check that out. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to like it, drop a comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel for more content. And we'll be back tomorrow with an all-new Network and Chill with my latest review of Ms. and Mrs. as seen on the USA Network. Until then, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.